This episode proudly underwritten by Bashwinger Insurance Agency, 42 Cornell Street, Amsterdam, New York.
Hello, and welcome to Episode 5 of Any Good Thing, written by Jay Town with a contribution by Tracy Clemish. At the end of our last show, Charity and Derek get into their first fight. We see them dealing with the aftermath. Charity storms home and locks her doors while Derek walks back to his house in the rain. He approaches his apartment.
I really blew that one, didn't I? Now she probably won't want to talk to me, ever. She'd be in the right? What was I thinking? I have misplaced priorities, I guess. What can I do?
He enters his apartment and goes right to the phone.
Come on.
No, go away.
She switches her phone off.
You had your chance.
She curls up in her comforter and rests. The next day, she calls her friend Elena and tells her about last night.
I can't believe you built him up so much that he would be a jerk like that into you.
I know, but I'm trying to understand.
That's you, all right, always trying to understand.
I can't seem to help it. What is wrong with me?
Well, for one thing, you turned on your stinking hairdryer, and now I can't hear you. What? Turn it off.
Sorry, I'm going to be late.
So go, call me later.
Okay, thanks.
Derek wakes and eats breakfast. He showers, dresses, and picks up the Bible.
Not that it's going to help. Let's see. Some wandered in the wilderness, lost and homeless. Hungry and thirsty, they nearly died. Lord, help, they cried in their trouble, and he rescued them from their distress. God, I'm sorry about the way I acted, the way I treated her. She is a jewel, and I am a hammer, smashing everything in its way. There must be a way to treat these things. I know I've been hiding them from my counselor. Maybe I can change that. I know, I have to change that. Sorry for being this way.
Charity makes it to work, and after her usual greeting, she puts the final touches on the mayor's interview.
Let's see. Up there. And we're done.
Sounds good. Short and to the point.
Good. Let's put it on. Jerry, what's the traffic like?
Derek talks to Caroline.
What do you mean you got a little angry?
We got into an argument. I told her she was holding me back, and she walked off.
Seems to me the only one holding you back is yourself. Have you been straight with your counselor about your episodes?
Not really. I tell them a fraction of the times it happens.
Don't you think he may come up with a solution for you if you're honest?
I don't trust doctors.
That's another problem you have. Do you want to continue to hurt people who care for you, people who could benefit you? And let's face it, she was a rock star for you. I'm sorry, but she is one of the few bright spots in your life right now. So what are you going to do with this? Let her go or fight?
I don't know. She won't answer the phone for me.
Keep trying. Go to her house. Fight, Derek. If she means anything to you, fight.
Okay, thanks. Gotta go.
Love you.
Bye.
Charity leaves work and drives to the falls, gets out, and sits at the picnic table bordering the lookout. She looks around to see if anybody can hear.
Let's get one thing straight. I don't believe in you. Not as such. But if you are the one who administers love in all the cosmos, gives good things to all who wish it, and generally takes care of all the innocents, then I'm talking to you. First, you are not doing what is right for your child, Derek. Such a good heart should not suffer as much as he has. I don't think he can get out of his own way. But the way you allowed us to get close, then gave us this obstacle, well, again, you're not doing us a service. I want to believe this is an isolated incident, and you're working with him, but seriously now, when are you going to get your act together? We're both way too old for this, and you need to help more if I'm going to keep trying. Got it? As for me, you know what I want.
A child's ball rolls over and hits her on the leg. She smiles. Derek goes for a walk in the park. He stops at a green park bench under the drooping branch of a tall fir.
She won't return my calls, so she must be mad. I'm going to go to her house, but I need something to bring her. Would flowers work? No, something more concrete, like...
He calls his psychologist.
Yes?
Hi, Dr. Lowry, it's Derek Hughes.
Hey, Derek, how can I help you?
I need to ask for a special session. I mean, a session not our regularly scheduled session.
Okay, but why are you asking?
I had a fight with my girlfriend, and I acted badly, and it dredged up a host of bad things, bad memories.
Of what?
My accident, Stephanie, failures all over, and I am not coping well with any of it.
Okay, I can see you tomorrow at 10. Is that all right?
Certainly, I'll be there at 10. Thanks.
He walks through the park, searching the benches to avoid mean old women.
I need to get my act together.
He decides to walk to Charity's house, but calls her instead.
Yes, Derek, what do you want?
Look, I'm sorry for the way I treated you, with disrespect and disdain.
I hadn't thought of disdain, but now that you mention it, go on.
I was angry for a set of reasons that were not your fault, and I apologize for using those reasons against you.
Not good enough. The only time I allowed anyone to treat me with more disdain and disrespect was Bill, and look what I did to him. Now, I don't know what you think you're doing here, but if you decide to approach me, you had better be more prepared, with a well-thought-out plan, because right now, you're not impressing me.
I'm going to see Dr. Lowry tomorrow to address some of the issues I've been dodging.
Really? Do you have more to add to that?
I don't know how to say this, so I'll just say it. I don't always know the right words to say, to express myself and what I am feeling. So this is me saying, I am sorry for the way I treated you last night. I was wrong in assuming you were holding me back, and wrong in allowing my problems to become an excuse to hurt someone I care so much about.
That was an awkward sentence.
See?
Well, I don't accept your apology, but might consider it only because you are seeing your doctor again. Do you think it will help?
I think it's going to have to, isn't it? I can't lose another love because of these issues. My failures break my heart. I can't keep repeating them.
I'm forgiving you for last night, but I'm still in shock from it and need some space. Sorry, but I can't see you until tomorrow after your session. Do you understand?
Yes. I'll call you tomorrow. Thanks.
You're welcome.
He walks home and gets out his Bible.
I am the good shepherd. All that came before me were thieves and robbers. And let's see. O people, the Lord has told you what is good, and this is what he requires of you, to do what is right, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. I don't know how to do that, God. It's easy in theory, but not in practice. There are so many roads to get lost. Hello, Caroline.
Not quite Caroline, son. Tell me about the fight.
A simple misunderstanding. She thought I was distancing myself, and I thought she was holding me back.
Did you yell at her?
I just raised my voice a little.
So you got angry, yes?
Yes.
Why?
For a few reasons, mostly feeling left out of her life.
Son, I'm going to tell you something you probably already know. That girl is a diamond, and you should keep her at all costs. But more importantly, you need to get a handle on your anger. Didn't you learn anything from Stephanie's life with you?
Mom, you didn't have to bring her up. I already know.
So, what are you intending to do about it?
I am seeing Dr. Lowry tomorrow morning.
Isn't this the same doctor you've been lying to for years?
This is different. I want to be better, for me and Charity and my family.
Well, that's good, son. You know we all love you here. Just follow through this time, okay? We will support you.
Thanks, Mom. I will keep you posted.
Derek stretches out on his bed and takes the phone. He dials Father Nelson, his parish priest.
Hello, Derek.
Yes. How did you know it was me?
The marvel called caller ID.
Oh, the reason I called was I had a fight with Charity.
This is your girlfriend.
Sort of. We had a fight, and now I am going tomorrow to see my counselor at the clinic to learn how to deal with my anger.
You said before you haven't shown much progress with your counselor. What's different now, the fight?
Yes. I got really angry about nothing, and then sustained it. I shocked myself. Plus, I have been less than honest with him about how I was feeling at certain moments, so he doesn't know that I have been lying to cover up my lack of progress.
Oh, therapy is a restorative collaboration. It demands the subject be completely honest for the equation to work. Sounds as if you have set your life back significantly by lying to yourself and to your counselor. But remember, this is the old you, Derek. When we come to Christ, we are made new in his image and stand before God as justified because we name the name of Christ. This you have done, Derek. Now it's time to think differently, time to act differently. Just decide to do the right thing, and you will have the power to do so and succeed. Can you ask that of God?
Yes.
Good. Can I answer anything else for you?
Not for now. Thanks, Father.
Remember, God wants you to heal, so be honest and then mend fences with that girlfriend of yours. And I would like to see you at Mass sometime.
Yes, Father, I will.
Derek hangs up and falls asleep on his bed. The next morning, Derek gets ready to go to his session with his psychologist. He reads a verse from Romans 8.
There is therefore no condemnation to those who are in Christ Jesus.
After breakfast, he grabs his coat and steps outside. The sun shines obliquely on his door.
Thank you, God, for trying to set me free, again. You have tried incessantly for years. It's just that I am not the most willing participant in my reconciliation, am I? More like destruction. Anyway, thanks for not letting my family give up on me. I will try to be honest, as you wish.
Derek arrives at Dr. Lowry's door.
Welcome, Derek. Sit.
Hi, Doctor.
Tell me what you've done the last couple of weeks.
Well, Doctor, I had a couple of things happen lately. One in particular, and something else I need to talk to you about.
Well, by all means, that's what I'm here for. What would you like to talk about first?
First, I had a fight with a woman, my girlfriend of sorts.
Girlfriend? This is new. Tell me about it.
I met her about 2 weeks ago, after our last session, and we have experienced a lot in that time. We have gotten quite close, actually. But the other day we had a fight. I said some things, she said some.
An argument? Oh, how angry did you get on a scale of 1 to 10?
About an 8.
You know, people get angry all the time, and some follow with violence. Did you do that?
No.
Did you want to?
No. I would never act out to anyone, especially not her. But this anger was overwhelming at times.
Tell me why. Why were you so angry?
She was going to go through a medical procedure, and she didn't even want me to so much as hold the door for her. And you know how I feel when I feel marginalized.
Yes, you've told me about Stephanie and your mother.
I feel useless, and that frustrates me, makes me mad.
But did she mean to keep you out, or is that just how you're reading it? Is there a chance you could be wrong about her intent? You said so yourself. Sometimes you can mistake intent.
I know. It's just that I got so angry over next to nothing, which leads me to the next topic.
Oh, hold on. We're not quite done with the first one. You know, everyone gets angry. The trick is to allow it to dissipate sooner than later. You need to focus, and one of the quickest ways is through empathy. The empathy can be paraphrased as understanding so intimate that the thoughts, feelings, and motives are readily comprehended by the other. We've spoken about this before, so next time, try just seeing things through her eyes. Try putting yourself in her shoes and mind. Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Do you care for her?
Yes, I do, surprisingly.
Why surprisingly?
I have only known her a couple of weeks, and yet I feel closer to her than I ever did with anybody else.
That's a good sign. It means you may be improving.
I went to confession after 3 years.
Good. How did that come about?
Guilt, mostly, like all great conversions. I was trying to get right with God and looking at my life and seeing the incompleteness of it. I don't know. I felt like I could do so much better if I could shed the guilt of past failures and all my insufficiencies. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. I would like to think we do that here. It'll teach you how to cope, find ways to understand how you function, and point you on the way to healing, I would hope.
You have helped me, but the problem is I haven't been completely honest with you about my anger.
How so?
I have been lying to you about my angry outbursts, allowing you to see the good days but hiding the bad ones. I've been hiding my true functioning for about a year now.
Well, Derek, that's a problem. You know, treatment here is voluntary. You came to us. Therapy is a healing collaboration. For that process to work for the benefit of the participant, a certain trust has to be worked out, whereby you tell us what ails you, and we suggest possible steps for you to take to bring about your healing and your health. Derek, look at me. Suppose you are sick with bronchitis and you go to a doctor and ask you what's wrong. Would you lie to him for whatever reason? That you're all well and you don't need his help?
No.
No, of course not. Because you would never heal. The same for a mental health professional. My job demands that I see and hear what you're telling me about yourself, about your troubles, and try to help you find some solutions so that you can be whole, healthy, and functioning in this society. I must be able to trust you're being honest with me, or the whole equation fails. I know you understand this, or else you wouldn't have told me.
I'm sorry.
Being sorry has its place, but the other option is for you to complete your intent. Accept responsibility for the lies and their results, and sit down and write a new contract, wherein you acknowledge your mistakes and make every attempt not to repeat them. And then insert how you plan to accomplish this. I want you to consider what your intent is, and then write up a new contract of behavior and stick to it. What do you think about that?
I'll do the contract.
Fine. Then you know what you need to do. I'll see you in 2 weeks, our regular session, and bring your contract.
Derek walks home slowly, past the falls, where he stops momentarily.
I know you want to bless me, but I have been unwilling to allow you to for some time. I talk a good game, but when it comes time for action, it's a whole different story, isn't it? How about we back it off a little and say, I will try my best, and you do the same. I need to succeed, but I know I must start small. Please heal my faith. Without it, I am useless.
He walks home around the park and phones Charity, but she doesn't answer. Charity drives home from work and tunes into her station. The news is on.
Now on 67, just south of Manny's Corners, blocking traffic both ways. Otherwise, watch for slowdowns on Route 5 heading west near Caroline Street as they clear an accident there. Charity?
Welcome to Downtown Radio. My guest today is Mayor Montgomery. Welcome, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor, for that in-depth analysis, and thank you for listening to this Eye on Local News. The magic of radio.
Her phone rings again.
My, you are persistent. It's almost like you mean it.
I don't know what you mean. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Did you go to your session?
Yes.
How did it go?
I told him about our fight and about lying to him about my anger outbursts.
Whoa, wait. You lied to your therapist? Why?
I didn't want to deal with them. I wanted the illusion of getting the upper hand.
How long did you do this for?
Almost a year.
Derek! Did he end his relationship with you?
No, he gave me an assignment to draw up a contract where I renounce my lying and dedicate myself to dealing honestly with my thoughts of anger and respecting our healing arrangement.
Wow, you got lucky. No wonder you were angry all the time. You weren't being treated. Every relationship, no matter how small, depends on mutual honesty. Makes me wonder what you've been dishonest about with me.
I've been perfectly honest with you about every...
How do I know?
My life, except for this lie about my episodes, is one of complete honesty. Don't you think it upset me to lie? But it did serve my interests. I felt better about myself for the first time in a long time.
But it was a lie, Derek. You can't go around lying and expect people to accept you.
I know. I am correcting that.
How?
In my soul and mind, in decision.
I guess you are a real work in progress.
Isn't everybody?
Some more than others, it would seem.
Well, I just called to let you know how it went with the doctor.
My concern is that you stay on track for yourself, and if we see each other at all, you need to respect me and not fly off the handle whenever you choose. Anger is an emotion. It can be harnessed and controlled. Are you still going on your retreat?
My what?
Last night?
Oh, yeah. I haven't thought of it till now. I might at some stage, but right now, I need to fix this with Dr. Lowry and you and my family. They think the world of you, you know.
And well, they should.
You're about the best woman that has come my way my entire life.
Then why do you treat me with such disregard? The cavalier way you approach me is shocking. If you value me so highly, why don't you treat me better?
I don't have much experience with diamonds.
Come on. You mean your other girlfriends were lumps of coal? Don't get me started, Derek.
Sorry.
At least you can admit when you're wrong. That's more than most men. I'm not going to waste my time by weighing your positives against your negatives. We don't have the time. But I will say you are perhaps the most unusual boyfriend I've ever had. In terms of where you're at and how you deal with things.
It's the disability thing. It throws you.
There's that. But more the cognition. For someone who lies to themselves as much as you do.
Lied.
As much as you have. You're eminently self-aware. Don't worry, that's a good thing. Makes me wonder why you would want to go to some camp to make you more self-aware.
I may seem like I know where these impulses come from, but I don't. I just want to get the real voice that I trust to be God's, centered in my head so I can recognize it at all times.
You may not find that to be so easy. We all have impulses from various sources, and we're tasked with shutting down the false ones to allow the real ones through. The one you talk to most, the one who inspires you the most, is probably him. Don't trust me. Trust him.
Thanks, I will.
So, where are we at, Derek? Are you going to address my concerns and conquer these faults of yours? Or are you going to just give in to your negatives? Because if you do, give in, I mean, then we don't have a chance.
Do you think we have a chance otherwise?
Answering a question with a question. Never a good start. Especially not that question.
Right. I am going to fight my hardest to get a handle on my anger. In that, accepting my past and my talents and my faith, using those to conquer my tendencies to fear, to lie, to accept blame where it is not warranted, and those talents and faith will give me victory.
That sounds great, Hughes, if you're playing football. What's with all that talk about victory? How do you really feel?
I just want to be better, and I will try to do just that with all my strength.
Better. What are you doing for dinner, Hughes?
I thought I'd come over to your house.
Cheeky, are we? Against my better judgment. How about 6-ish? No more mac and cheese from a pot.
Great.
Charity drives home and enters. She puts her keys down on the counter, pets her stuffed skunk Gretel, and pokes her head in the fridge. She picks up her phone to call Elena, but it rings, startling her.
Oh, my. Hello?
Miss Rogers, my name is Bertram Lawrence, the head of Millwood Adult Home. I'm sorry for disturbing you with such terrible news, but your mother suffered a stroke this afternoon.
Charity nearly faints, then goes to the couch to sit.
How is she?
She's been sent to St. Francis in Albany. She's in the intensive care unit there.
When? What time did...
I'm sorry?
Oh, never mind. Who's the nurse in charge there?
Nurse McDonald. I'm so sorry.
She hangs up on him, grabs the important papers envelope in the desk drawer, and runs to her car and gets in. She pauses and begins to cry. She pounds on the steering wheel.
No, 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 no! Please live.
She fumbles with the keys and finally starts the car, then pulls out into the road.
Can you hear me?
She drives and cries slowly on the thruway to Albany, parks her car and runs through the building. She asks directions to the ICU and gets stuck in the slowest elevator. She mans the console as she rides it.
Come on, come on.
She finally makes it to the ICU floor desk.
Are you Nurse McDonald?
No, I'm Nurse Thompson. May I help you?
My mom is here, Mildred Rogers.
Rogers?
My name is Charity Rogers.
Yes, I will get Nurse McDonald now. Please wait here.
She stands awkwardly, then wanders a little, trying to look in the various rooms around the desk.
Miss Rogers?
Yes?
I'm Nurse McDonald. I'll bring you to your mom now. Follow me. Room 8A. She is in a coma right now, but she can probably still hear you, so feel free to talk to her and touch her.
Here are the proxy papers. She has a DNR.
Okay, I'll take them to the desk. Please turn off all cell phones. You can use them in the elevator lobby.
They reach the doorway.
The doctor should be here soon to talk with you.
Charity sees her mom. She rushes to her.
Mom.
Charity caresses her mom's face and hands. She fights tears as she talks to her.
Oh, Mom. What happened? You got yourself in quite a pickle, haven't you? Don't leave me. It's only you and me and Marisol. What will we do without you?
The doctor arrives.
Hi, my name is Dr. Serge Reynolds. I'm the supervising doctor at the ICU here at St. Francis. I'm so sorry you had to be here like this, but life is, and we just have to do our best to cope with it. First, 4 hours ago, your mother suffered a bleeding aneurysm, which became life-threatening when we discovered that, due to the aneurysm's position, it was inoperable. Also, the bleeding is located in the region in the back of the brain which controls respiratory functions. This bleed is progressive and inoperable. Even now, the bleeding is starting to affect her respiratory function. My determination is that your mother doesn't have much time left. It may be days, it may be hours, but her passing is inevitable. I'm sorry.
She's terminal. Why can't you drill holes in her head and then suck out the blood?
My team and I deliberated about a procedure to do that, but it was just too risky to attempt. The chances of causing further injury were just too great, and due to the location of the bleed.
Charity begins to cry.
I know this is traumatic, mothers particularly.
She stops crying and stands in front of him.
What I need to know is how far you want me to go with this. This is what we can do. We're treating her with morphine for pain, dopamine for blood pressure regulation, and Ativan for anxiety. We're also really trying to make her as comfortable as we can. If you like, I can get a team together to do palliative care, which is essentially what we're doing now, but on a concerted basis.
What is it?
Palliative care involves alleviating some of the discomfort of an illness, including treating side effects of a medication while not trying to hasten or postpone death.
Whatever you can do, do it. I'd appreciate it. How is she responding to the medications?
She is more calm now than when she first came in. She's on a small amount of morphine, which will help with her pain.
Good.
Once again, I'm sorry you had to be here, but we'll do all we can to help your mother.
Mildred.
Mildred, yes. I'll check back with you in a little while.
Thanks, Doctor.
Can I get you something, Charity? A soda or something?
No, thank you. Not right now. Can I grab that chair to sit with her?
Yes, that would be fine.
Charity pulls the chair next to her mom's bed and sits down. She takes her hand and places her cheek down on it while she stares at her mom's face.
You're a beautiful old woman, you know that? When you and Dad got older and you got frisky, I would see him grab your hand just so. And I knew it was time for me to leave the house. Give you guys some privacy. I would give anything to see that again. You're a little cold. Nurse?
Yes.
She feels cold. Is this normal?
Let me check the chart. Her temperature is 98.1. You can expect a gradual drop as time goes on. But if you like, I'll bring you another blanket round in a minute.
Okay, thank you. What are we gonna do with you? Leaving in your prime. How old are you? 69? You should be washing your hands from your garden. You should be searching for truffles in the woods with your trained pig, or is it a goat? But here you are, leaving. I can't say I blame you. This world is going into the dung heap in a hurry. I'll be joining you soon enough, I imagine.
Time for her morphine. She wouldn't like it if we interfered with it.
Oh, let me...
No, don't move. I can work around you.
Derek steps out of his door, reciting a verse. The night is falling, and low clouds shuttle overhead. He walks the 20 minutes to Charity's house, and when he sees she is not there, he sits on her front step. He keeps checking his watch for the next half hour, then calls her.
You have reached 555-1324. Please leave a message as fast as you can. Beep.
Hey, where are you? It's 6:35 already. If you don't get here soon, it's going to be mac and cheese for me out of a dirty coffee can. Call soon. What's up with her? It's not like her to be late like this. What do you think? Car crash? Maybe she got arrested. No, definitely not like her. Something is wrong, but she won't pick up the phone. Bless her and protect her, God, all right? I need to go. I'll let her know.
He calls her a final time.
Charity, I don't know what's going on with you tonight, why you're not here. It better be good. I'm going home hungry and disappointed for not seeing you. I hope you are all right. Anyways, call me when you get this message. Bye.
He walks a few miles back to his house, praying a sullen prayer.
Even though she is in a coma, she can still hear you.
Well, she is getting an earful now.
Such a beautiful woman. You're the image of her.
The nurse leaves the room. Charity continues to talk to her mother, ignoring the raspy breathing.
We'll let her get away with that one, won't we? Did you hear that, though? I'm not the only one to see her beauty. I mean, besides Dad. Your breathing doesn't sound good.
She gets up and flags the nurse.
Why does she sound like that? It seems to be getting worse.
Due to the bleed's location being in the region that controls the respiratory system, you will see a slow degrading of function in her breathing.
Oh, I think the doctor said something about that. I can't remember.
Don't worry. It's natural to forget things when you're stressed. Have you eaten anything lately?
Yeah, a couple hours ago.
At least let me get you a soda. I'll bring it in.
Thanks.
Charity returns to sitting by her mom's side.
Oh, Mama, you were so good to me for so long. You did everything for me, and I didn't appreciate it. And now look at me, crying in your lap like a fool.
And in her spirit, Mildred answers.
I know you can't hear me now because I'm going to Christ, but I didn't care how much I had to sacrifice. You were my one and only baby. Except for your father, of course.
I'm sorry for not following your advice about Johnny Wentworth. He was a waste, wasn't he?
At no time did I begrudge teaching you, coddling you, suffering for you. You were my best and brightest, and still are.
In every way. I will miss you. Every birthday, holiday. What is Christmas going to be like without my Mrs. Claus baking cookies? Ugh, I'm being maudlin and I hate that.
Every petal must fall in order that more will take its place. You will endure and grow strong. And I am going now.
Mildred takes a sharp breath. Then her entire body tenses up and starts shaking.
Mom!
Charity jumps up and grabs her mom, puts her hand on Mildred's chest.
Nurse!
Thank you for listening to Any Good Thing. Please tune in next time. Today's episode includes the following cast. Tracy Clemish as Charity Rodriguez, John Salerno as Derek Hughes, Laura Lee Whitlock as Carolyn Peterson, Cheryl Charbonneau as Miriam Hughes, Dorothy Dumkowski as Mildred Rogers, Phil Sheehan as Father Nelson, Linda Delaney as Nurse McDonald, Mark Sheehan as Dr. Lowry, Bertram Lawrence and Dr. Reynolds, Belinda Vare as Nurse Thompson, Karen Altieri as Elena, Homer Charbonneau as the radio announcer, and Scott W. Fields as narrator. Original music by John Mastromaro. A special thanks to the cast for their many contributions during the making of this episode.